What's going on, everybody? This is NASCAR Josh 05 and we're back with another video today, and I'm going to do a review on NASCAR Heat 3. This is on the PS4, and let's take a look at all the series that they've added for this year. I thought I'd go ahead and talk about that. They've also added the Dirt series, as you can see there, alongside the other three series, and this game has been pretty improved over the two games before, as this is the third game in the 704 games series, and this game is pretty good. It's been a huge improvement over NASCAR Heat Evolution. If you all know how bad that game was, trust me, you will understand. NASCAR Heat Evolution was pretty bad, but this game is much better. And today I'm gonna also in the background there's gonna be a gameplay at Daytona. I will be driving as my favorite driver, Martin Truex Jr. Should have won the championship again this year, but congrats to Joey Logano, or I should say last year. Congrats to Joey Logano for winning the championship. It's kind of weird that he won the championship, but anyway, this review is going to include three things: handling, sound, and graphics, and I also include features as well. We'll start with the handling first. It's not a huge improvement over Heat 2, but it's a huge improvement over Heat Evolution. Obviously, everything is an improvement from Heat Evolution. This game is a little bit better. The handling is very smooth. It's still kind of odd, and I am on the controller, so be aware of that. Still, I am also on that. We're gonna do a race at Daytona, by the way, the Daytona 500, and the handling is alright. It's not too bad. It's a little sensitive in traffic, but it's not too bad. Besides that, it's a lot better. You know, you don't have the bouncing effect like you did where you would bounce off the car and completely die. Literally, you would bounce off and hit the wall, and that was it. Also, you would do a really good job. They have done a really good job at improving the handling. They've done a great job. Besides that, I don't really have any complaints. The only other complaint I have is when you're on the apron, or when you clip the apron, sometimes you still spin out quite a bit, which is kind of annoying, but you know, you do what you do. The sound is much better. The cars sound pretty good. They actually recorded the sound off of a real engine, I think, off of a, what was it, a Roush engine, I think it was. So that was pretty cool that they did that. And yeah, so that was pretty cool that they got the sound. It's not completely 100% accurate, but it's much better and sounds better. And if you change the camera to the cockpit while you're racing, you get even better sound. It's a different sound, so excuse me, which is pretty cool. Also, the graphics, I don't really care too much about graphics. I mean, it's the current generation should already have that taken care of. This game looks pretty good. The tracks look pretty accurate. It looks pretty good. I mean, I don't have any complaints. I mean, it's a little bit better than NASCAR Heat 2, because in NASCAR Heat 2, when you raced more like in the evening, so the sun would be setting, and the sun would kind of get in your eyes sometimes, but it works pretty well, and I'm pretty happy about this game overall. And the features, there is an enhanced career mode where you can actually own your own team, which is cool. I'm glad you can own your own team now. I'm not a big career person, so I haven't really been in the career mode all that much. I just like to go in a quick race and do a race, you know, just out of nowhere. And don't adjust your set. That is Martin Truex Jr.'s test car. They brought back test cars. I will talk about that when I talk about the DLC. Yeah, the features also include quick race. There's an esports section where you can try out for esports. I'm not good enough to be in esports, sadly. There's multiplayer. There's split screen. Like, me and my friend like to play split screen, and he cheats a lot, but that's okay. That's just part of it. Yeah, I think that's all the features I can remember right now. I think there's this multiplayer and all that kind of stuff. It's a really fun game. It's fun to play on split screen with a friend if you like to do that. If you can't play online, it's pretty fun. And also, with the DLC, they of course released the Hot Pass again, where you could pay $30 to get all the paint schemes. And also, they released a lot of free schemes and stuff for this game, and I'm really happy about that for people like me who can't quite afford the DLC as much as I'd like to, but they've released a lot of free paint schemes. There are some free playoff schemes, as well as some beer schemes and a couple others for Hendrick, since they have a new deal with Hendrick this year, or this game I should say. They have all 4 Hendrick cars represented on the cover and all that, and all the drivers. And yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty cool that they've released a lot of free schemes, and also the test cars. I mean, the test cars are probably the coolest thing that I can think of, because if you remember back to, what was it, NASCAR 2004, or NASCAR Thunder 2004, and then Chase for the Cup 2005, back in the good old EA Sports days, you had test cars. And I think that's a good throwback, and they released them for free, which was cool. And I'm really happy that they did that. I think that's cool, and I don't think they get enough credit for all the work that they do. So good job to 704 Games and Monster Games for improving the game as much as they have. And by the way, the pack racing, I am going to do a little commentary on this race here. The pack racing is unbelievable. It's fun to work your way through the pack. I worked my way up to the front, and you'll see at the end there was a little issue that happened at the end of the race. I was doing so good. I worked my way up, and then you'll see at the end. This is a 14-lap race at Daytona. I'm doing the Daytona 500. Thank you, Brendan Gaughan, for putting me at the wall. I appreciate that. This game is so fun. I really enjoy it. They've improved it a lot, and I can't wait for NASCAR Heat 4. And I believe they're also going to release a 2019 update for the Cup Series again, like they usually do every February now. So I will try my best to get my hands on that. And this game is great. It sounds great. It's not too bad as far as the handling. The handling could be improved a little bit, and I'm sure they will improve on it over time. And this is pretty realistic, because I was stuck behind the cars. I started 26. I did qualify, but I skipped qualifying for just the shortness of the video. My internet's kind of crappy, so I have to shorten the video as much as I can. But yeah, I was stuck behind these guys, and I was on the outside for a while, and then I ended up going back to the inside line, and I still couldn't make any progress until later on in the race. But yeah, I'm racing as Mark Truex Jr., who will be in the 19 car this year. I think that's pretty crazy that he'll be in the car that Carl Edwards drove, which is another favorite driver of mine. Mark Martin is my all-time favorite driver. And yeah, the Daytona track here on this game looks really good. Looks pretty realistic. I mean, it's, not perfect, but it looks great. The clouds in the sky look nice, and this game is pretty good. It's a very good representation of NASCAR. It's not perfect. Of course, there are issues with it, and there can be stuff that improves, and they will improve it over time, and I'm glad that they will do so. It's a fun game. I really enjoy it. It's like I've said, it's something that you can really pick up and play if you want to, either a controller. Now, I have not tried this with the wheel, and I'm sure I will get to it at some point, but I'm sure this game might be different with a wheel, because it's okay on a controller. It's pretty fun. And yeah, but the pack racing, like I said, is very good. Ignore the going below the yellow line there. But this game is good on the restrictor plate racing. It's fun to work your way through the back. I like to qualify and then qualify around the 20s and work my way up, because if you start in the very back, I think that sometimes I might either lose the draft, or I just kind of get stuck. So I like to just work my way up from about, mid-20s or so. As you can see, I'm drafting Matt DiBenedetto, who gets a big shot this year in the 95 car, which is on the outside of me now, which is odd. But yeah, this is a great opportunity, as they will have Joe Gibbs Alliance, the Levine family racing car. So that'll be cool to see how they do. They probably won't have as much success as the 78 car did, but I think they will. Maybe later on down the road they will, just not right off the bat. Excuse me again. But yeah, this game is pretty good. I enjoy it, like I said, and this race was pretty fun too. You see I'm going to the inside of Alex Bowman, and he is the 2018 Daytona 500 pole sitter, so I wonder if he could win the 2019 Daytona 500 pole. Any predictions for that? I would say it's either going to be a Stewart-Haas car or maybe a Hendrick car, would be my guess. That would be my guess. As we are coming up, we passed Bowman, we're coming up on Larson. So this is kind of a review / commentary on this race in the background, because this game I wanted to review, and it's something I'm going to try to do some more game reviews if you guys and gals want to see it. And I apologize for the sound in my Crew 2 video, where I can make running off of that. That sound I hope is eliminated a little bit because it was kind of annoying. I watched the video and I was like, oh, that is way too loud. Yeah, almost get into Kyle Larson there, but this race was pretty fun. Thank you, Patrick, coming to the outside. And also another thing I wanted to mention, you can look around. That's one thing that fans wanted, and you can look around in this game. You can have a 360 view of your car, which is nice. Glad they brought that back. Also, they brought back the burnouts, so whenever you win a race, you get to burn out, which is awesome. I love that. I'm trying to think of what else they brought back. I think that's the two main things that I can think of. The Dirt Series is sponsored by motorsport.com, which is a deal I think they have with 704 Games now. And also the Dirt Series has pretty cool tracks. It has Eldora, of course. It has the Charlotte Motor Speedway dirt track, the Texas Motor Speedway. They even have a dirt road course, which is pretty challenging. I've tried it, and it's very challenging. You have to be pretty careful there. And the dirt physics are pretty cool too. You actually have to lift off the throttle. You can't just mash it because you'll spin out, which is cool. It makes it very realistic. And it's very fun to try. And as you see here, I'm going for a top 10 run. I don't think I'm going to win this race, so of course I won't. Spoiler alert. But anyway, I'm working my way up, and I'm trying to push Clint Boyer to the front. And then finally I said, okay, I think I'm going to try and go by him, as the 2018 Cup champion is right beside me. That is still weird to think that Joey Logano is now a champion. Not exactly as popular as I think everyone would have liked. I would have been cool to see Truex win, but Logano got the best of him, and that's how it is, I guess. Jamie McMurray up there, he's going to be done after the 500. He'll be in the 500 for his final NASCAR start, and I think I heard he will be commentating for races. How convenient. So we're going to come down to 2 laps to go in this Daytona 500, and I'm working my way up, and you're going to see a little moment at the end of this race, and it was kind of terrible as Eric Almirola tries to take me out. Appreciate that. But yeah, this was a great race. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. Pretty cool racing a test car. I wish other cars could be test cars, like when you race against them, but now watch this. I think this is right here. Darrell Wallace Jr. gets loose, and I cannot avoid it, and that is the end of my race. So yes, as I get into a crash, that is lovely. Thank you, Darrell Wallace, for getting loose. And yeah, that was the end of my race. I was doing so good, and then I crashed. So, but you'll also see when I come back around, it's going to be interesting. But yeah, I cannot believe I crashed. I was like, oh man. So yeah, that's pretty frustrating. But it was a good race up until that point, and then it kind of just went all to crap. So yeah, it's very frustrating. But yeah, we're going to come around. This is the white flag lap. I don't know who's in the lead, but we will find out pretty soon. But yeah, here comes somebody behind me. Daniel Hemrick, who will be in the 8-car full-time this year. And Timmy Hill, what is he doing in 12th place? That's interesting as they back off. Now, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, why are they backing off so much? As you see, the 2 cars in front of me are going really slow. Well, what I didn't realize, there's still a lot going on in turn 3. As we go into turn 3, I'm like, I better slow down just a tad, and look at this. Cars are ghosting. This is the part where I said the game is not completely perfect. There are still some issues, and there you go. I made my way all the way up to 3rd. Paul Menard won the Daytona 500 on this game, apparently, so could he win the race? Who knows? But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review / commentary of the race. I've always wanted to be an announcer, so this is a step into that direction. And the fastest lap of the race too, so pretty good. I finished 3rd, and hope you guys and gals enjoyed, and hope the sound is better. So this is NASCAR Joshua 5 signing out, and I'll see you next time. Peace.